I didn't open them yet, but I touched.
And what I'm going to do before we move into tab number F, which I was going to do, I would like to switch to tab number I. Right now, there's a item that's going on that's related to one of our businesses and stuff, and so I would like to switch to tab number I, and then we'll go back to F. I is to consider Resolution 951-2023. It's a resolution authorizing a project which will facilitate promotion and development of new or expanded commercial development, and which was approved by the Board of Directors at the EDC meeting on May 11th and providing an effective date. And this is our first reading. So we go ahead and pick that up, Kristen.
Mayor, thank you. So thank you for moving ahead of time. This Mandy Mason, the owner of Greater Grooming is here with us today, and she's having vehicle issues, so she appreciates us letting her skip ahead on the agenda. Greater Grooming is located at 1645 Pebble Road in our Gateway Shopping Center. She has had a business here in Universal City for nearly 15 years and is a very strong supporter of the city and of EDC and the events that we host. She has been the photo sponsor at our tree lighting for several years. She's a strong supporter of Homes for the Homeless and our animal shelter. She actually donates grooming services to the dogs or animals that come in really bad condition. So just a strong city supporter, and we're very happy to have you as a shining star in our community. She's actually won the Best of San Antonio for Pet Groomers 2 years in a row. Congratulations to you for that. And for the last 10 years, she has been wanting to expand into the suite next to her, and that opportunity has become available to her, so she jumped on it and started those renovations as quickly as possible. For our new council members, one of the stipulations for our storefront improvement program is that the work on the project cannot start until that grant is approved. And so while her construction costs are included in her packets for you to see her total investment, those costs could not, or I should say, contractors' costs was.
No, tab I did not highlight. It's not highlighted. There is no attachment for tab I.
Oh, I apologize for that. Let me get in a little bit more detail then. She is spending about $45,000 for her total investment for the project. That is including some lighting upgrades, electrical upgrades, allowing for interior access between the two suites, the current suite and the new suite. She's having to make some fire sprinkler system changes to accommodate those suite combinations, and she's replacing the flooring, the vacant flooring in the building. Like I said, because the expansion cost cannot be included, we're just looking at her signage cost. Unfortunately, with when she came into us, the deadline to get on the April agenda and post the legal notice for the public hearing and all of that stuff had passed already, but she could not stall on those improvements because she needed to start getting revenue and those for that building and for that suite. And so she moved forward with that. The EDC did take that into consideration when they had the discussion on, the amount of money that she's putting in for the project. So she did get 3 quotes for signage, and those quotes ranged anywhere from $13,000 to I think the highest was $28,000. And she selected Fast Signs as her contractor, and is looking to spend $22,690 on signage. Her sign is going to be a big storefront sign that's going to span over both of the entrances to those suites. And she is actually expanding the resale component of her business along with the grooming component of her business. She does whole pet essentials. She sells pet toys and fresh natural dog foods, and is very popular. She told us at the EDC meeting she has customers coming from Floresville, Fort Verde, Smith Valley, Austin, Houston, and she actually is shipping her items out to those customers. So a lot of them are people who were here when they were in the military and moved off, but they still call and ask her, hey, what shampoo did you use, or can I buy this? She's shipping it out. In the state of Texas, grooming services and the retail components are taxable, so she is bringing in sales tax money for those services. And the EDC, after a little bit of discussion, decided to reimburse her $17,017 and if she agrees to spend $22,690 on signage. If you guys have any questions for either myself or Ms. Mason, who's over in the corner, about the project?
Anybody? Yeah, it doesn't pop up in here. I've seen it because I go there all the time, but I've seen the expansion, it's really awesome. And so EDC has done, they've grown 17,000, so she's willing to spend 22,000 extra dollars. Okay.
Move for approval. Second.
Okay, motion made by Councilor Vaughn, second by Councilor Najarian. I'll open it up for discussion. Yes.
I just wanted to say thank you for your charity work with the animal shelter and all the other things they do. That's really wonderful, and the animal shelter has a special place in my heart. So that's wonderful. Sorry. I think that's really wonderful. That's all.
Anybody else? Yes.
I'd also like to say congratulations on being selected by the San Antonio as a San Antonio Best Groomer. Certainly it shows a very strong work ethic and a commitment to the city and to all the animals that you're taking care of. So happy to help you out with this to remain in the city and grow your business.
Well, yeah, like I said, we love being here. We've been here 15 years. My business partner's been working on that for 30. We don't want to go anywhere else, so.
Awesome.
Great.
Hooray for UC businesses.
Okay,
Thank you,
yes,
Mr.
we
Mayor.
have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Mayor, can I throw this in there if I have not already? That, not because of the sign, but for expansion, she's hiring an additional 2.5 full-time employee equivalent. Going to staff too.
Okay, let's call for the vote, please.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Najarian.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Kozlowski.
Aye.
Councilmember Buck.
Aye.
Councilmember Bowman.
Aye.
Councilmember Fitzpatrick.
Aye.
You got it. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, now let's go back to tab number F, to concept plan, tab G. Consider bid acceptance for the Red Horse Park, package 2 parking lot improvements.
Yes, Mayor, as you know, every year when we go through our budget cycle, we identify parks improvements. And so Randy's going to cover this one, which is a park one, and then he's also going to cover the next one, which is the public works yards.
Okay, we'll have to cover them, take them a second.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Tonight you're here to consider the bid acceptance of the Red Horse Park Package 2 parking lot improvements. Basically, Package 2 is like our second phase, of probably about 4 phases. This project that we advertised was for the northern rear alley parking lot, which serves the site of where the pavilion is in the Red Horse Park. It's going to include redoing that whole roadway alleyway through there, as well as adding the parking lot and expanding the parking lot through there with curbing, striping, and some sidewalk work. I'm pleased that we had 11 bidders on this project. It's been a long time since we had that many bidders bid on a project. So the low bid came in the amount of $252,597.50 by Ennis Company. So we are recommending the approval of the low bid bid in that amount of $252,597.50 to Ennis for the Red Horse Park Package 2 parking lot.
Okay, let me entertain a motion and we'll open up the
Move to
discussion.
approve, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Buck,
Second.
second by Councilmember Goolsbee. Discussion? Yes, Mr. Vaughn?
How is this particular project picked?
How's this one picked?
Why this one?
It's part of my rehabilitation of our parks. So basically, I put in this park to do it, and we started with the disc golf course parking lot. Now I have divided this up into 3 parts. So for this portion of the park to fit within our budgeting process here. So the next one that we have is going to be what we're working towards in our other parks plan would be to go to the next parks, which we'll be working with here in the next few months.
Okay. Just some feedback, I would like to have some input on how the parks are prioritized and what projects we take. That's kind of why the master plan, I kind of wanted to have a game plan that we can all get on the same page and attack. So just food for thought on the budget cycle, or how we can possibly have like a rundown of what's on the plan, and maybe we can move some around, up or down the list, we think are more important. But-
Yeah, as you know, this was considered through the budget process, so it was talked about, so we will be doing that coming forward as well.
Anyway.
Good point. Yes. ma'am.
I have a question. This is not specific about this, but kind of. Do we ever check with other nearby cities to see if they've used a company or if they have a list of companies that they wouldn't work with? Just to kind of cross-check and make sure that we're not hiring someone that another city already used and didn't like. And this might be go for any project. It doesn't necessarily have to be this one. It's just kind of a vague question.
Yeah, the engineers do all background checks on all these bidders that we presented bid, especially our low-base bidders. But Yanis has done numerous amount of work in our city. All of Olympia was developed by Yanis. So we got quite a bit of background with that.
So you've used them before?
Not so much, in some cases we have, but more the developers who develop in our city.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, I was surprised to see Yantis was the low bidder on this one, so I kind of went through that. Okay, I don't see any crazy anomalies, so, you know, the other ones right next to them were who I was expecting to catch this, so.
The bigger companies are starting to come to us chasing the government work right now.
And excuse me, but I'm scared to death to see so many bidders. It's great, but I'm scared to death to see so many bidders.
Yeah,
That's,
I was happy to see that they were available.
yeah. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Buck.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Parking lot number 1 is included with this, even though it's outside of the dotted lines. Is that correct?
Don't go by the
Okay.
line, it's kind of out, yes. That will be the next one that will be presented during the budget process.
Okay, and I wanted to, I don't know if we've ever said it before, the disc golf parking lot looks spectacular. Well done to you and your staff, sir. The south alleyway on the opposite side of the park is not included in this project, or is it?
No, it isn't.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, we're going to do it, I'm hoping in 3 phases. Once we present the budget for this project next year, we'll give you the next phase that we're going to do. And then if council so chooses to put it in the budget, then I'll have the 3rd phase, which is the final phase, the other side of that.
Well, thank you, sir.
Anybody else? All right, we do have a motion and a second, correct? And let's call for the vote then, please.
Councilmember Buck,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Goolsby,
Aye.
Councilmember Bowman,
Aye.
Councilmember Fitzpatrick,
Aye.
Councilmember Najarian,
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Right.
Okay, the motion passes. Go on to tab H, which is again, bid acceptance for Public Works Yard Storm Sewer Drainage Project. So, Randy?
Yes, this one here, you're considering tonight is our Public Works Storm Drain Project. A little background on this one is if you're familiar with my old Public Works Yard, we actually acquired the vacant property behind us for the future expansion of our yard. So this is the first step in doing that. We actually got, when we developed this, we already kind of have a drainage issue as it is right now that we fixed internally, but we're going to install this HDPE pipe, the 24-inch. So when we master plan the rest of this out for the future development of that yard, we handle storm drain. So this is the first step of a multi-phase that we're trying to do over there with that project. So this gives us, from that yard, captures, the pipe is right now, and the next phase will be the detention and the grading of that property. But this will give us directional boring that we're going through 2 private yards that already have easements established. And it will take we'll be draining into the Red Horse Park. So we'll be cutting North Boulevard and discharging the drain at Red Horse Park. So basically, you'll see there that basically we're doing the 24-inch HDPE pipe, directional bore through 2 properties. We'll have manhole inlets and head walls at the end in Red Horse Park. We did have 4 bidders for this project. It's a unique project, so it's not, you don't have everybody out there that can do these type of bores. The low bid was received in the amount of $380,011 by Gera Underground LLC. Our engineer did extensive background on them since we have not worked with them before. We got a lot of good reviews on this contractor, and so he gave us a recommendation for Gera Underground in the amount of $380,011.
Amazing difference in the amounts of bids. Very incredible. Yeah. But you feel really confident that these guys can do it?
Based on the recommendations, they're out of Austin, so this is what they do a lot of, and so they're coming to this area. A lot of Robstown and some of these other front corpus where they do a lot of their work down in that area. So based on the reviews for those entities down there, they're highly recommended.
Okay. So I'll take a motion.
Move to approve.
Discussion.
Second.
Boothby, second by Councilmember Vaughn. Any further discussion, Beth?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, because when I was looking at, D&D, they had the anomaly for me. Everybody else, their unit price was, around $300 to $500 a foot for the boring. And D&D came in at $1,300 a foot?
Because it's means and methods. Each one was gonna do it. So directional, or you could have done the auger. So they were gonna do the auger, which you're doing casing and all that. So the cheaper route is your directional, because you can slip it in, and then the auger, you're gonna have to go back and forth, look at setting your casing and all that. So it's more intensive work for doing all
I
that.
should have called you. I could have saved myself a whole lot of time on that one, because I was trying to figure it out, because I wanted to know if they would have been low, if it was like somebody put a 1 in front of their, 1,000 or
Yeah,
something.
we gave them the option, and each bidder had the choice of doing directional.
Okay, and then I liked the fact that, their name includes underground. So that's who they are. So, that's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Anybody else? Okay. We have a motion and a second, so I'll call for the vote then, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Goolsby,
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn,
Aye.
Councilmember Buck,
Aye.
Councilmember Bowman,
Aye.
Councilmember Fitzpatrick,
Aye.
Councilmember Najarian.
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes.
Thank you.
Let's go for it. Okay, our next item is, it's a no tab, number 9, excuse me. We're gonna go into a closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section 551.072, regarding the purchase and value of real property if deliberation in open session would have a detrimental effect on the position of the corporation in negotiations with a third party, and for attorney consultation pursuant to Section 551-071, parentheses 2, regarding property located at 118 East Langley and 122 East Bird. So we're breaking the closed session now at 9:44, and we'll come back as quickly as we can.
For those of you departing, wow,
I'm on Memorex. Okay, ready? Yank? Let's reconvene now. It's 9:59. Let's reconvene into open session. And we'll go directly to tab number J then. Consider the Second Amendment of contract regarding the Universal City Economic Development Corporation's purchase of 118 East Langley.
Mr. Mayor, move to approve the resolution amending the closing date for the property located at 118 East Langley.
Second. Motion made by Councilmember Buck, second by Councilmember Najarian. Discussion? All right, let's call for that vote then, please.
Councilmember Buck,
Aye.
Councilmember Najarian,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Goolsby,
Aye.
Councilmember Bowman,
No.
Councilmember Fitzpatrick,
Aye.
and Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Okay, that motion passes. Let's move to tab K. Consider resolution 952-2023. It's a resolution of the City of Universal City authorizing the purchase of real property located at 122 East Bird, Universal City, Texas, by the Universal City Economic Development Corporation for projects to promote new or expanded business development.
Mr. Mayor, move to approve the resolution 952-2023, authorizing the Economic Development Corporation to purchase the property located at 122 East Bird in Universal City, Texas.
I have a motion, and do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Najarian. Discussion? All right, call for that vote, please.
Councilmember Buck,
Aye.
Councilmember Najarian,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Goolsby,
Aye.
Councilmember Bowman,
No.
Councilmember Fitzpatrick,
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
No.
Okay, that motion passes by a vote of 4 to 2. All right, that concludes our business for this evening. Now it's time for our city manager comments.
I do have comments, but I think it's good enough, it was just back up.
Okay,
To remind you, just to look at the event calendar, if you're looking for something for your family or your children, or your parents to do, there's lots of activities coming up.
okay, let's start out this evening with our 3 new council members. So we'll start out with the oldest new council.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So first off, I would like to say happy birthday to my beautiful wife. So if anybody thinks that, I'm not dedicated to the city, it's her birthday and I'm here till 10 o'clock. Then congratulations, y'all, and great job, everybody out there. And thanks to Dick and William. That's all I've got. Short and sweet. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Ashton?
All right. I'm very honored and excited to be on city council. A big thank you to everyone who voted for me and helped to get me here. I just wanted to let all of our residents know that I'm always willing to listen to their concerns and their opinions. I'm super approachable and easy to get a hold of. In city business, I'd like to ask my fellow council members to place on the agenda a discussion and a vote on putting out the agenda earlier than we currently get it. I don't know if I did that correctly, but that's,
Well,
if that's an option.
sounds pretty quick to me. Yes, we can take a look at that. We don't need a consensus on that right now. That's, you bring that up, this is something you think is important, so we'll certainly address it. Definitely.
Thanks.
Christina?
I am also appreciative to be up here, and I hope that I can serve the community well. I look forward to working with everybody up here and really kind of doing what we can do to make Universal City the best place to live, or to keep it that way. Because I already think, much like the guy who spoke earlier, UC is one of the greatest city in the country. And I also just want to highlight our Heroes Camp that's coming up. The first responders of Universal City are working with the Citizens Police Academy, and they are putting on a camp for 12 to 14-year-olds. And so if you know anybody who's interested, there is an email address that's been posted on social media, but also reach out to me, and I will be happy to give you information. Thank you.
Thank you. Bill?
Thank you, Mayor. I just had a handout for everyone, of course. And I'll leave it brief tonight, but something to think about. I think these are the rules that we're operating under as a council. Now that we have some new ones, I think it would be wise to maybe consider this on a future agenda item. We can talk about that next time. This has things about like how you get agenda items on there, when the meetings are. Do we want to have department heads come, or
This is in the charter? Stuff that's in the charter?
this is not in the charter. This was just a resolution that was passed. I believe.
Oh, okay.
Our charter doesn't have some of the specifics about how an agenda item was created. But just some things to consider, so maybe we can talk about this later, and if we have a discussion only item as particular, what does that mean and how's that going to be worked out? Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Paul?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. How much I appreciate serving with the new members, and I will miss the members we have, but things move on, and everything moves in a great direction. And the voters always know what they're doing, as far as I'm concerned. I had something else, but obviously it wasn't that important, and it's getting late, so we just all need to go home. I'm done, thank you.
What's up to Mr. Buck?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, I appreciate it. Also, heartfelt thanks to former fellow council members Shelby and Neville for the years and years of dedicated service they put in, but also a very hearty welcome to Ashton and Christina, as well as a re-welcome to Mr. Bear Goolsby. Welcome. I also look forward to working with the two new people, and I'm happy to not be one of the newest people on City Council, Phil. Also, I'd like to point out that we did have a very, oh, I'm sorry, where did that come from? We had the glow dance on Saturday evening at the Olympia Hills Golf and Event Center, and on a dare, I am wearing it for my city member council comments. Happy to be here and look forward to the new legislative session. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, very good. The only other thing I want to, for our new council members, especially Christina and Ashton, is that the Elmo Area Council of Governments is having their new elected officials workshop. It's on June 16th. It's on a Friday, and I really recommend that you go. It's a phenomenal experience, and I think you will gain tremendously from that. It'll be at the ACOG headquarters building, which is at Parent Bible, and I look forward to it.
Yeah, so they have 2 upcoming dates, and Chris will be sending those out to everyone.
Right. Yeah. There's also a P&Z one coming up too, I think, as well. But anyway, I just want to make sure you guys are aware of that. It's a very invaluable opportunity for you. It's probably starts in the morning and continues until about mid-afternoon, somewhere around there. It's not overly, you know, I guarantee you won't think it's long, because it's very educational. So, again, congratulations to our newest members. I look forward to working with you, obviously. It's a challenge that we all face, and we're up to it. And we're very proud of what we do for our city, and I know that you guys are very, very, very dedicated to what's going on in Universal City. So congratulations to you, and Barry, and to you as well for your reelection. So it is now 10:06, and the meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everybody, for hanging in. Yay!